All glories to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta Madhya Lila Chapter 25, Text 222. Eta Mahaprabhu Yadi Niladricha Lila Nirjana Vanapate Yoite Mahashukra Paila. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was returning to Jagannath Puri, he passed through the solitary forest and he received great pleasure in doing so. 223. Shuke Chali Aishe Prabhu Balabhadra Sange Murbhavat Murgadi Sange Kaila Nana Range. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu happily returned to Jagannath Puri in the company of his servant Balabhadra Bhattacharya. As previously, the Lord performed many pleasing pastimes with the forest animals. 224. Ataranhalate asi Bhattacharya Brahmane Patana Bolaila Nija Bhakta Kane. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at a place known as Ataranala near Jagannath Puri, he sent Balabhadra Bhattacharya to call for his devotees. 225. Suniya Bhaktiragana Yena Punarapi Jila Dehe Prana Aileyena Indriya Utila. Hearing news of the Lord's arrival from Balabhadra Bhattacharya, hordes of devotees became so happy that they seemed to be getting their lives back. It was as though their consciousness had returned to their bodies. Their senses also became agitated. 226. Anande Vivala Bhakta Dana Dana Aila Narindre Asiya Sabe Prabhude Milila. Being overwhelmed with great pleasure, all the devotees hastily went to see the Lord. They met him on the banks of the celebrated lake called Narendra Sarovara. 227. Puri Bharatira Prabhu Vandilena Charana Donhe Mahaprabhure Chaila Prema Alingana. When Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord offered his respectful obeisances due to their being godbrothers of his spiritual master. They both then embraced Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in love and affection. 228. Damodara Swarupa Pandita Gadharara Jagadananda Kashishvara Govinda Vikrishvara. Devotees like Swarup Damodar, Gadadhar Pandit, Jagadananda Kashishvara, Govinda, and Vakrishvara all came to meet the Lord. 229. Kasi Mishra Pradiyumna Mishra Pandita Damodara Haridasa Thakura Ara Pandita Sankara. Kasi Mishra, Pradiyumna Mishra, Damodar Pandit, Haridas Thakur, and Shankara Pandit also came to meet the Lord. 230. Arasabha Bhakta Prabhura Charane Padila Sabe Alingiya Prabhu Prema Vishta Haila. All of the other devotees also came and fell down at the Lord's lotus feet. In return, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them all with great ecstatic love. 231. Ananda Samudre Base Sabha Bhakta Gane Sabalana Chale Prabhu Jagannatha Darashane. Thus they all merged in the ocean of transcendental bliss. Then the Lord and all his devotees proceeded toward the temple of Jagannath to see the deity. 232. Jagannatha dekhi Prabhu prema vishta haila bhakta sange bahukshana nritya gita kaila. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Lord Jagannath in the temple, he was immediately overwhelmed with love and affection. He chanted and danced with his devotees for a long time. 233. Jagannatha sevakani mala prashada dila tulasi parichasi charana vandila. The priests immediately brought them flower garlands and prasadam. The temple's watchman, who was named Tulasi, also came and offered his obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 234. Mahaprabhu aila grame kolahala haila sargambo maramananda aninata milila. When the news spread that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had arrived at Jagannath Puri, devotees like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Roy, and Vaninath Roy all came to meet him. (235) Sabha Sange Lana Prabhu Vishra Shaila Sarvabhauma Pandita Goshanini Mantrana Kaila. The Lord and all his devotees then went to the residence of Kasi Mishra. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Pandit Goshani also invited the Lord to dine at their homes. 236. Prabhu kahe mahaprasada ane istane sabasange ihan aji karimu bhojane. Accepting their invitation, the Lord asked them to bring all the prasadam there, so that he could eat it with his devotees. 237. Tabe dunhe Jagannatha prasada anila sabasange mahaprabhu bhojana karila. Upon receiving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Pandit Goshani brought sufficient prasadam from the temple of Jagannath. The Lord then dined with everyone at his own place. 238. Eita kahilun Prabhu deki Vrindavan punakari lena yaiche niladrigamana. Thus I have described how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri from Vrindavan. 239. Ihaye Shradhakari Karaye Shravana Achirat Payase Chaitanya Charana. Whoever hears Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes with faith and love very soon attains shelter at the Lord's lotus feet. 240. Madhya lila karilun Digdharashana Chaya Vatsara Kaila Yoiche Gaman Gamana. I have thus given a summary description of the Madhya Lila, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travels to and from Jagannath Puri. Indeed, the Lord traveled to and fro continuously for 6 years. Sesha asta dasha vatsara nila chalavasa bhakta gana sange kare kirtana vilasa. After taking sannyas at the age of 24, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived another 24 years. For 6 of these years, he traveled extensively throughout India, sometimes going to Jagannath Puri and sometimes leaving. After traveling for 6 years, the Lord fixed his residence at Jagannath Puri and stayed there for the 18 remaining years of his life. During these 18 years, he mainly chanted Hare Krishna with his devotees. 242. Madhya lila prama ebe kari anuvara kaile haya katara asvara. I shall now review the chapters of the Madhya Lila chronologically, so that one can relish the transcendental features of these topics. 243. Prathama parichede sesha lilara sudragana yati madhye kona bhagera vishtara varnana. In the first chapter, I have given a synopsis of the last pastimes, Antya Lila. Within this chapter is a vivid description of some of the pastimes of the Lord that took place toward the end of his life. 244. Dvitiya parichede prabhura pralapa varnana tati madhye nana bhavera digdharashana. In the second chapter, I have described Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's talking like a crazy man. Within this chapter, it is indicated how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested his different emotional moods. 245. Tritiya parichede prabhura kahilun sanyasa acharyera gare yoiche kadila vilasa. In the third chapter, I have described the Lord's acceptance of the renounced order and how he enjoyed his pastimes at the house of Advaita Acharya. 246. Chaturte madhavapurira chartitra asvadhana gopala stapana kshira purira varnana. In the fourth chapter, I have described Madhavendra Puri's installation of the Gopal deity, as well as Gopinath's stealing a pot of condensed milk at Ramuna. 247. Panchame Sakshi Gopala Charitra Varnana Nityananda Kahe Prabhu Karena Svadhana. In the fifth chapter, I have narrated the whole story of Sakshi Gopal. Lord Nityananda Prabhu narrated this while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu listened. 248. Saste sarva bhumera karila udhara saptami tirtha yatra vasudheva nishtara. In the sixth chapter, I have told how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was delivered, and in the seventh chapter, I have described the Lord's tour of different holy places and his deliverance of Vasudeva. 249. Ashtame Ramananda Samvara Vishtara Apane Sunila Sarva Siddhantera Sara. In the eighth chapter, I have recorded the Lord's elaborate discussion with Ramananda Roy. The Lord personally listened as Ramananda gave the conclusive essence of all Vedic literatures. 250. Nabhame kahi lundakshina tirtha brahmana dashame kahi lund sarva Vaiṣṇava milana. In the ninth chapter, I have described the Lord's tour of South India and in different places of pilgrimage. In the 10th chapter, I have described his meeting with all his devotees. 251. Ekadase Shri Mandire Veda Sankirtana Vadase Gundicha Mandira Marjanakshalana. In the 11th chapter, I have described the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra that surrounded the Lord. In the 12th chapter, I have given a narration of the cleansing and washing of the Gundicha temple. 252. Trayodase Rata Age Prabhura Nartana Chaturdase Hera Panchami Yatra Darashana. In the 13th chapter, I have described Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing before the chariot of Jagannath. In the 14th chapter, there is an account of Hera Panchami function. 253. Taramade Vrajade Vira Bhavera Shravana Svarupa kahilun Prabhu Kaila Aspadhana. Also in the 14th chapter is an account of how the emotional ecstasy of the gopis was described by Swarup Damodar and tasted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 254. Panchadase Bhaktera Guna Shri Mukhe Kahila Sarvabhoma Gare Bhiksha Amoga Tarila. In the 15th chapter, I have described how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu highly praised the qualities of his devotees and accepted lunch at the house of Sovereign Bhoma Bhattacharya. At that time, he delivered a moga. So dase Vrindavan Yatra Goda Desha Pate Punanila Chale Aila Nata Sala Hoite. In the 16th chapter, I have described how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed for Vrindavan and journeyed through Bengal. He later returned to Jagannath Puri from Kanai Natasala. 256. Saptadase Bhanapate Mathura Gamana Astadase Vrindavana Vihara Varnana. In the 17th chapter, I have described the Lord's journey through the great forest of Jharkhand and his arrival at Mathura. In the 18th chapter, there is a description of this tour of the forest of Vrindavan. 257. Unavimshe Mathura hoite prayaga gamana tara maje Shri Rupera Shakti Sancharana. In the 19th chapter, I have described how the Lord returned to Prayag from Mathura and empowered Sri Rupa Goswami to spread devotional service. 258. Vimshati Parichede Sanatena Sanatanera Milana Taramaje Bhagavanera Swarupa Varnana. In the 20th chapter, the Lord's meeting with Sanatana Goswami is described. The Lord described the personal features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in depth. 259. Ekavimshe Krishnaispārya Madhurya Varnana Vimshe Dvidvida Svadhana Bhaktira Vivarana. In the 21st chapter, there is a description of Krishna's beauty and opulence. And in the 22nd chapter, there is a description of the twofold discharge of devotional service. 260. Trayomvimshe Prema Bhakti Rasera Katana Chaturvimshe Atma Rama Shlokarta Varnana. In the 23rd chapter, there is a description of the mellows of transcendental loving service. And in the 24th chapter, I have described how the Lord analyzed the Atma Rama verse. 261. Panchavimshe Kasiva Shire Vaiṣṇava Charana Kasi Hoite Puna Nila Chale Agamana. In the 25th chapter, there is a description of how the residents of Vārāṇasī were converted to Vaishnavism and how the Lord returned to Nilachala, Jagannath Puri, from Vārāṇasī. 262. Panchavimshati Parichede Ekailun Anuvara Yanhara Shravane Haya Rantarta Asvada. I have thus summarized these pastimes in the 25th chapter. Hearing the summary, one can understand the whole purport of this scripture. 263. Sankshepe kahilun ei majalila rasara koti granta varnana nayaya ihara vishtara. I have now summarized the entire subject matter of Madhya Lila. These pastimes cannot be described elaborately, even in millions of books. 264. Jivanishtari te prabhu brahmila deshe deshe apane asvari bhakti harila prakashe. To deliver all the fallen souls, the Lord traveled from country to country. He personally tasted the transcendental pleasure of devotional service, and he simultaneously spread the cult of devotion everywhere. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally traveled to different regions of India to spread the bhakti cult throughout the country. He also personally relished transcendental activities. By his personal behavior, he has given an example to devotees to follow. That is, one should broadcast the cult of devotional service. He specifically instructed his devotees to enjoin all Indians to broadcast this message throughout the world because at that time the Lord could not personally travel to other parts of the world. In this regard, he has left two instructions. Bharata bhumit dehaila manushya janma yara janma sartaka kari kara para upakara. All Indians should seriously take up the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and should perfect their lives by adopting the process of devotional service. After perfecting their lives, they should broadcast this message all over the world for the welfare of all human beings. Para upakara. Chaitanya Charitamrta Madhya lila 9.41. A Vaishnava is especially interested in para upakara, doing good to others. Prahlad Maharaj was also interested in this. He did not want to be delivered alone, rather he wanted to deliver all fallen souls who were bereft of knowledge of bhakti and who misused their intelligence for the temporary benefit of the material body. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wanted his mission spread all over the world. Pradivite acheyata nagaradi grama sarvatra prachara hoibe mora nama. In every town and village, the chanting of my name will be heard. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Lila 4.126. Following the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are trying to broadcast his message throughout the world. By his mercy, people are taking this movement very seriously. Indeed, our books are extensively distributed in the Western countries, especially in America and Europe. Even the ecclesiastical orders in these countries are appreciating the value of the Krishna consciousness movement and are ready to unite for the highest benefit of human society. The followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may therefore take this movement seriously and broadcast it throughout the world, from village to village and from town to town, just as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself did. 265. Krishna Tattva Bhakti Tattva Prema Tattva Sara Bhava Tattva Rasa Tattva Lila Tattva Ara. Krishna consciousness means understanding the truth of Krishna, the truth of devotional service, the truth of love of Godhead, the truth of emotional ecstasy, the truth of transcendental mellows, and the truth of the pastimes of the Lord. Sri Bhagavata Tattva Rasa Karila Prachare Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Janaila Samsare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has personally preached the transcendental truths and mellows of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are identical, for Srimad Bhagavatam is the sound incarnation of Sri Krishna. 267. Bhaktalagi Vistarila Apana Vadane Kahan Bhakta Mukhe Kahai Sunila Apane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu broadcast the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam. He sometimes spoke for the benefit of his devotees and sometimes empowered one of his devotees to speak while he listened. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an ideal teacher, or acharya, explained Srimad Bhagavatam very elaborately himself. He sometimes also empowered his devotees to speak while he listened. This is the way of an acharya should train his disciples. Not only should he describe the Bhagavad cult personally, but he should also train his disciples to speak on this sublime subject. Sri Chaitanya Samahara Kripalu Bharanya Bhaktavatsala Nadeki Sri Jagateyanya. All sane men within these three worlds certainly accept the conclusion that no one is more merciful and magnanimous than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that no one is as kind to his devotees. 269. Shraddhakari ehi lila suna bhakta gana vihara prasade paiba Chaitanya Charana. All devotees should hear about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes with faith and love. By the grace of the Lord, one can thus attain shelter at his lotus feet. 70. Text 270. Ihara prashade paiba Krishna tattva sara sarva shastra siddhantera ihan paiba para. By understanding the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can understand the truth about Krishna. By understanding Krishna, one can understand the limit of all knowledge described in various revealed scriptures. Purport. Lord Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita 7.3, Manushanam sahasreshu kaschid yati siddhaye yatatatam api siddhanam yatatam api siddhanam kaschin manveti tatvata. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. It is very difficult to understand Krishna, but if one tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's bhakti cult, one will undoubtedly understand Krishna very easily. If somehow or other one understands Krishna, his life is successful. Again, as Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma karma che me divyam evam yo veti tatvata. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata. Chatva deham punar janma naiti mam eti sojuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 271. Krishna lila amrita sara tara sata sata dara prasadike vahe yaha hoite se chaitanya lila hoya sarovara akshaya mono hamsa charaha tahate. The pastimes of Lord Krishna are the essence of all nectar, and that nectar is flowing in hundreds of rivers in all directions. Pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are an eternal reservoir, and one is advised to let his mind swim like a swan on this transcendental lake. Purport. The essence of spiritual knowledge is found in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which are identical with pastimes of Lord Krishna. This is the essence of knowledge. If knowledge does not include the understanding of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna, it is simply superfluous. By Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace, the nectar of Lord Sri Krishna's pastimes is flowing in different directions in hundreds and thousands of rivers. One should not think that the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are different from Krishna's pastimes. It is said, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Na He Anya. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a combination of Radha and Krishna. Thus, without understanding the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one cannot understand Radha and Krishna. Srila Narottam Das Thakur therefore sings, Rupa Raghunath Pade Haibe Akuti. Kabe Hama Bujhaba Se Yugala Puriti. When shall I become very eager to study the books left by the six Goswamis? Then I shall be able to understand the conjugal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly empowered Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami. Following in their footsteps, the other Goswamis understood Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his mission. One should understand Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Sri Krishna from the six Goswamis in the Parampara system. The Krishna consciousness movement is following as strictly as possible in the footsteps of the Goswamis. Narottam Das Thakur says, Ei Chaya Goshani Yandra Muvi Tandra Dasa. I am the servant of the six Goswamis. The philosophy of Krishna consciousness is to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. Whoever wants to understand the difficult subject matter of Krishna Katha should accept the disciplic succession. If one is somehow or other able to understand Krishna, his life is successful. Chaktva deham punar janma naiti mam eti sorjuna. The perfect devotee is able to understand Krishna through the disciplic succession, and his entrance into the kingdom of God is thereby certainly open. When one understands Krishna, there is no difficulty in transferring oneself to the spiritual kingdom. 272. Bhakta Gana Suna Mora Dainya Bhakchana Toma Sabhara Pada Duli Ange Vibhushana Kari Tichu Muni Karon Nivedana. With all humility, I submit myself to the lotus feet of all of you devotees, taking the dust from your feet as my bodily ornaments. Now, my dear devotees, please hear one thing more from me. 273. Krishna Bhakti Siddhanta Ghana Yate Prapula Padmavana Tara Madhukari Asvadana Premarasa Kumudavane Prafulita Ratri Dine Tate Charo Mano Vringagana. Devotional service to Krishna is exactly like the pleasing, jubilant forests of lotus flowers, wherein there is ample honey. I request everyone to taste this honey. If all the mental speculators bring the bees of their minds into this forest of the lotus flowers and jubilantly enjoy ecstatic love of Krishna day and night, their mental speculation will be completely, transcendentally satisfied. $274. Nana Bhavera Bhakta Jana Hamsha Chakra Vakadana Yate Saba Karena Vihara Krishna Keli Sunrinala Yaha Pai Sarvakala Bhakta Hamsha Karaye Ahara. The devotees who have a relationship with Krishna are like the swans and chakravaka birds who play in the forest of lotus flowers. The buds of those lotus flowers are the pastimes of Krishna, and they are edibles for the swan-like devotees. Lord Sri Krishna is always engaged in his transcendental pastimes. Therefore, the devotees following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can always eat those lotus buds, for they are the pastimes of the Lord. 275. Sei saro bharegiya hamsa chakra vakahana sadatahan karaha vilasa kanhibe sakaladuka parva paramashuka anayase habe premo lasa. All the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should go to that lake and remaining always under the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu become swans and chakravaka birds in those celestial waters. They should go on rendering service to Lord Sri Krishna and enjoy life perpetually. In this way all miseries will be diminished. The devotees will attain great happiness and there will be jubilant love of God. 276. Ei amrita anukshana sadhu mahanta meghagana vishvojane kare varishana tate phale amrita phala bhakta kaya nirantara tara seshe jiye jaga jana. The devotees who have taken shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take the responsibility for distributing and carrying devotional service all over the world. They are like clouds pouring water on the ground that nourishes the fruit of love of Godhead in this world. The devotees eat that fruit to their heart's content, and whatever remnants they leave are eaten by the general populace. Thus they live happily. 277. Chaitanya lila amrita pura Krishna lila sukara pura Duhe mili haya sumadhurya sadhu guru prasade Nahayehi asvade sehi jane madhurya praturya. The pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are full of nectar, and the pastimes of Lord Krishna are like camphor. When one mixes these, they taste very sweet. By the mercy of the pure devotees, whoever tastes them can understand the depths of that sweetness. $278. Ye lila amrita vine kaya yadi anapane tabe bhaktera dvarbala jivana yada eka bindu pane utpulita tanumane hase gaya haraye nartana. Men become strong and stout by eating sufficient grains, but the devotee who simply eats ordinary grains but does not taste the transcendental pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna gradually becomes weak and falls down from transcendental position. However, if one drinks but a drop of the nectar of Krishna's pastimes, His body and mind begin to bloom, and he begins to laugh, sing, and dance. Purport. All the devotees connected with the Krishna consciousness movement must read all the books that have been translated, the Chaitanya Charitamrta, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Bhagavad Gita, and others. Otherwise, after some time, they will simply eat, sleep, and fall down from their position. Thus, they will miss the opportunity to attain an eternal blissful life of transcendental pleasure. 279. Amrita karapana yara samanahi ana chite kari surdra vishvasa napada kutraka garte amedya kartasha avarte yatapya lila haya sarva nasa. The readers should relish this wonderful nectar because nothing compares to it. Keeping their faith firmly fixed within their minds, they should be careful not to fall into the pit of false arguments or the whirlpools of unfortunate situations. If one falls into such positions, he is finished. 280. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Advaitari Bhakta Vrinda Arayata Shrota Bhakta Gana Tamosa Bara Sri Charana Parishire Vibhushana Yaha Hoite Abhishta Purana. In conclusion, I submit to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, and all the other devotees and readers that I accept your lotus feet as the helmet on my head. In this way, all my purposes will be served. Shri Rupa Sanatana Raghunatha Jiva Charana Shire Dari Yara Karon Asa Krishna lila mritandita Chaitanya Charitamrta Kahe Kichu Dina Krishna Dasa. Taking the feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Jiva Goswami on my head, I always desire their mercy. Thus I, Krishna Das, humbly try to describe the nectar of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which are mixed with the pastimes of the Lord Krishna. 282. Shriman Madhana Gopala Govinda Deva Tustaye Chaitanya Rapitam Astevat Chaitanya Charitamrtam. For the satisfaction of Sri Madhana Gopal and Govinda Dev, we pray that this book, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta, may be offered to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 283. Taridam atrahasyam gora lilamrutam yat kala samudaya kolar nadrutam tar alabhyam shatir iyam iha kame svaditam yat samanat Sahardaya Sumano Bir Modam Isham Tanoti. The Chaitanya Charitamrta pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu constitute a very secret literature. It is the life and soul of all devotees. Those who are not fit to relish this literature, who are envious like hogs and pigs, will certainly not adore it. However, this will not harm my attempt. These pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will certainly please all saintly people who have clear hearts. They will certainly enjoy it. We wish that this will enhance their enjoyment more and more. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta Madhya Lila, 25th chapter, describing how the inhabitants of Vārāṇasī were converted to Vaiṣṇavism. Note, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, has condemned all his enemies by comparing them to envious hogs and pigs. The Krishna consciousness movement, which is spreading throughout the world, is being appreciated by sincere people, although they have never previously heard of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna's pastimes. Even now, even the higher priestly circles are appreciating this movement. They have concluded that this movement is very nice and that they have something to learn from it. Nonetheless, in India, there are some people who say that they belong to this cult, but who are actually very envious of the Acharya. They have tried to suppress our activities in many ways, but as far as we are concerned, we follow in the footsteps of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and take them as envious pigs and hogs. We simply wish to present the pastimes of the Lord Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the best of our ability, so that those who are really honest can cleanse their hearts. We hope that they enjoy this literature and bestow their blessings upon us. It appears that even such a great personality as Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami met with some envious obstacles. What then to speak of us, who are not only insignificant creatures in this universe, We are simply trying to execute the orders of our spiritual master to the best of our ability. End of the Madhya lila. All glories to Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj ki jai. All glories to Om Vishnupad Sri Bhakti Vimalacharya Maharaj ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees ki jai. Gaura Pramanandi Hari Hari Gaura.